What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another season of Too Many Opinions podcast. This is Sarah.
This is Jeannie.
Oh my goodness, Jeannie. What are we going to get into for episode 1, season 3? Talk to us.
So it's sorry. It's been a long time, but today's episode is going to be the power of the tongue.
That is such a good topic, and I cannot wait to get into it.
Yes.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start with what that means. What the heck does that mean, like the power of the tongue? I know somebody's brain is going into the gutter, but it's not what the heck I'm talking about in this instance. What it means, well, I wrote a few, key points. So if you see me looking down, this is why. So basically, it's your mouth, your tongue, what comes out of it, holds either life or death.
I believe that.
Like, it's written in the Bible. If everything positive is coming out of your mouth, then you will receive positive. If everything that's negative comes out of your mouth, then you will receive negative.
Yes, and I also, not only is it in the Bible, but it's actually been studied and everything. There's the book, we've talked about it before. There's the book called The 4 Agreements. Mm-hmm. And the first one is I think it's called Be Conscientious of Your Words or something to that extent. But it's exactly the same thing where it talks about how if you say only negative things throughout the day, only negative energy will be drawn to you. Absolutely. But if you say good things throughout your day and you're good to people, it's basically saying that, like, if you talk badly, those words are cursed. Mm-hmm. And then if you talk good, those are good things. And we basically, as people, we're so used to throwing the negatives out that we're almost consumed by that.
Why are we conditioned that way, though? Like, why is it that we weren't taught to, like, think of the positive and we focus on the negative? That's kind of weird if you start thinking about it.
It is. And it's actually been basically trained into us since children.
Yeah.
That's why there's all the little cliques in school and, oh no, you can't hang out with us, or you're this or you're that. Whether it could be because those children who are being raised in a home where their parents talk to them like that, or it could be that they've seen it on TV or whatever. And I don't think people understand how powerful the things that we say are.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy.
It is. It definitely is. And I feel like ever since I've read this book, I've definitely been more conscientious of the things that I say about myself. I feel like not only just things that I say about other people, like I try not to gossip at all whatsoever. Like I just try to be judgmental free. But some of the shit that I be hearing just has me like question mark. Yeah. You know, the face where it's like, that'd be me. But now I'm like, there would be times where I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry if this is annoying for me being myself.
Yo.
And I'm like, why do I keep apologizing for being myself? And it's like, if you're my friend or you're anyone close to me, why am I apologizing for being high energy, being my silly, fun, goofy self, for dancing? That's who I am. So I shouldn't have to apologize to make other people feel comfortable.
That's a fact. I also think it starts with your thinking.
Oh, yeah, that of course.
Because whatever you think is what comes out. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be very mindful what we're thinking, what we're consuming, what we're seeing, because these are gates. Your eyes is a gate, your ears are gates.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if there be some times that I'll be on my TikTok and something sad will pop up and I'll stay on it for a minute, and then it's just nothing but sad. And I just, like, consume myself in it, and before I know it, I'm just having a sad-ass day.
You're like, why do I feel so down or so gloomy? And it's like, why? Like, This is so weird.
You really got to watch out what you're consuming.
And I think that was a really good point that you just brought up as well about the things that you think. Sometimes we have conversations in our head. Do you ever talk to yourself?
Oh, girl.
Okay, all right.
Sometimes I think I need to go to Butler.
Me too, because I be having full-blown conversations. Same. Like, yo, Sarah, what are you going to do here? And I'm like, I don't know, girl. What are you going to do in this situation? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me, right? So I'm having a situation, and I would be like, why do I not feel good enough? Why do I not feel whatever it is that I'm feeling in the moment? Right. Or I'm not going to make it through this. It's like, why would I say that about myself? Why would I think about that? So to all of our listeners, if you ever feel like in that moment you're thinking, you need to stop that train of thought.
Absolutely.
And you need to reroute it into a different direction, as in, I can do it.
Yeah.
I will do it. No matter how long, how hard, or anything it is, I will get to that point. It may not be right now in this minute, but eventually I'm going to get there. I am good. Yeah, I am good
enough. And it's a practice, actually. Like, it's not going to happen where, like, every single time you get a negative thought, you're going to reroute it. you have to literally practice until
Yeah.
like, it's your second nature. I'm literally working on that now because I can be the most negative person, bro. If one thing goes wrong, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm just done. I'm gonna stay in bed, or it's just everything else is gonna be wrong. Like, another thing, like, accept one thing going bad and 10 million things going well.
Yeah.
One thing
Oh,
can
that's
go bad. That doesn't mean that the whole thing is gonna go south. You
That
know what
is
I'm saying?
such a good
Yeah, because it's one
point.
thing, literally one thing, and it'll ruin your whole day.
And I want you to know, before I was 100% like that. I could have spilled my coffee in my car. That was it.
That was
The
a sign.
That was it. The whole day was gonna be bad.
That's a sign.
I'm like, oh, at least I got a sip. You know what I mean? I got one
Yes.
sip in.
Looking for something positive out of what happened. Or sometimes, let's say your coffee spills and you're on your way to work, and now you have to stop and you have to clean it up. What if that was God like saving you from an accident?
Absolutely.
A block ahead. When you
Anything.
really start to like think that way, you start thinking like, yo, things don't happen to me; they happen for me.
Amen. Ooh, say that again.
Things don't happen to me; they happen for me.
Period.
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 That is
Another
so
thing
good.
that I wanted to say is, so that careful with what comes out of your mouth. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. So another thing with the power of the tongue would be in relationships, right?
Yeah.
I have to like tag the TikToker that said this, but she was basically saying, don't go into details on the bad parts of your past relationships because you're letting your new person see what you're capable of tolerating, even if you say you won't tolerate it again. So if I'm in a new relationship, right? And
Yep.
he's asking me, so what happened in your past relationship? Oh, he used to beat me. He used to like this, and that. How long did you stay with him? 12 years. Even though you're telling him the bad part, you're also telling him that for 12 years you tolerated that shit.
So he's like, okay, well, I can do X, Y, and Z, and she's gonna stay because I'm not beating her or whatever.
Exactly.
And that is absolutely true. So TikToker, whoever said that, girl, you was right on the money.
Definitely. Like, you literally have to like just be like, you know what? Or if you're gonna talk about what happened that was negative, oh, he slapped me, and that same day I called the cops, I never saw him again.
Period. So
You know
that
what
way
I'm
they
saying?
know
Like,
how
so-
serious it is.
Exactly. Because if you start telling them what you went through, first of all, that's none of their business. You
And they
shouldn't
don't
even
care.
You shouldn't even be bringing up what happened. That died along with the relationship.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Amen.
saying? So you could even say he used to treat me like a queen.
Yup.
Actually, like, it's just things happen in life and we just didn't work out. But he treated me amazing. That's why I stayed with him for 12 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you have to learn how to reroute that, because honestly, men
It's
will
true. I believe that
They're
100%.
listening.
They listen. I'm not gonna get into that topic, but we know that they listen when they want to. They listen.
Shit. Oh, that's the guys this season gonna be crazy.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that's a great topic. As in, like, just really setting yourself up in not only relationships. I feel like that
And
goes with friendships too.
In friendships,
Because
too.
I feel like there's been people in my life who I love dearly, but they're just not for me anymore.
And
They're
that's
not
okay.
for me, and it's okay. Like, you had your time, you had your place. It was cool. Nothing to say bad about you, but at the same time, like, I can't be going into another friendship thinking that accepting that same kind of behavior that I accepted from an old friendship. You know
No.
what I mean? Like, I feel like we all need to be elevating. We all need to be willing to grow. We all have to have the same mindset in the sense of, like, you don't have to be doing the same thing as me, but we have to be on the same grind. Like, yeah, this is what our goal is. We're all going to get rich, or we're all going to find our purpose.
Right.
And this is it.
And if they're not adding to you, what's the point of like that? I really want to like know that. What is the point of a relationship that's not adding to you? That's just you're conforming. They're conforming to the same patterns. You two are doing the same negative shit. It's like, what honestly, you know, like, it sounds harsh, but what is the point of that relationship? If you're not adding value to my life as a friend, as a partner, as anything in this world,
Yeah.
what is the point of me and you still hanging and talking?
I don't think there is a purpose for them to be there. And I think until you really reach that maturity of adulthood, you don't see that. Because before it's, oh, but we've been friends since junior high, or
Boom.
you know what I mean? We've been friends for so long. We've created so many memories. Yeah, we did. We have. And I appreciate you. I love you. I love our memories. But
Right.
you're just not for me right now.
Or anymore.
They could come around, do a full circle, and get their life together and want to be
Yeah.
on the same page.
Yes.
That is true, and they could come back like, listen, here I am now. Like, I believe that that's definitely possible, but I also believe that people only change when they want to. You could beg a friend, you could lead your friend to be the most successful person in the world, be able to show them how to find a new job, show them how to do the X, Y, and Z, and they won't do it for themselves.
Right.
Because they don't want to.
Or sometimes you stay in a relationship with a friend or with a boyfriend or with a girlfriend because you're also lazy and don't want to do nothing. So you attract that.
I also think that it has a big part to do, and I know we've said this before, that people don't like to be alone. So they rather stay in a relationship or a friendship because they have
that's gonna keep like
security
and supporting their bad habits because they don't want to change themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You know what I also find is that when you have a friend that pushes you to do better and they're not willing to receive that, they remove themselves.
that's a fact. Yeah, because then they're gonna, all she
All she
wants to do all she wants to do is that. All she wants to like. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll read that.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I have the problem here. Let me remove myself. You don't even have to do it for me.
Right. They just do it. And I saw something that recently said that it was like basically a statement in this book. I got to get that book for our next episode. But it says that basically God will put people in and take people out in the same
God removes and God replaces.
places, just like that. So it's like, guys, I know things may seem tough in the moment if you're living through something, whether it's with a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever. But guys, God, if you put it up to God, and it may not be God, you may pray to somebody else or whoever you pray to, leave it to them. They're gonna show you.
Facts.
They're definitely
honestly
gonna show you.
like, and I'm trying to take that route nowadays. I'm trying not to like get worked up, angry. I'm literally leaving everything in God's hands.
That's so good.
I
And that's hard.
I just don't have this.
It's hard. It's very hard. And you need to learn how to trust yourself, because once you're able to trust yourself and know, like, okay, I'm putting this in God's hands, you're then able to hear that outside noise that people are giving you or saying, like, whether it be like, oh, I don't know, just like talking about say the podcast, oh, you really have to work hard for that or whatever. You're able to like cancel out that background noise and be like, well, I'm leaving it to God.
Yep.
And then what they say doesn't matter. Only you know your truth and what you believe in and what God has in store for you.
And God's plan is always better than
Period.
ours. 1,000,000 times better than ours. Like, even revenge.
Oh,
If you leave it honestly,
karma, baby.
If you leave it in his hands rather than your hands, the revenge is crazy, bro. It's so much better, so much sweeter, and you didn't even have to get worked up.
I
You
know.
didn't have to do a damn thing.
You know what? You're absolutely right. You
Honestly.
are, and I feel like the last year I've seen that full circle.
Time and time and again.
Time and time again, I've seen that come to fruition. Like, wow, I was in this position. I kept my pride, my dignity, my integrity, and I just like God take the
do
wheel.
it,
And there
God.
was times where over the last year I was like, I was having that conversation that I didn't want to have. Like, I don't know if I can do this.
Right.
But then I had to pick my big girl pants up. Like, no, you can do it, Sarah. And this is to anybody who you're in that moment, like, I don't know if I can do this. You can do it.
Absolutely.
You can do it.
Absolutely. Another thing is, careful how you speak about others, because you are ultimately cursing yourself.
Black magic.
I like that you said that. Like, you don't want to gossip no more. You don't gossip no more, because honestly, the more you say negative, again, power, I mean, life. The more you speak life, more life comes onto you.
Absolutely.
That's even if you're talking about someone else.
Absolutely.
It's not like, oh, yeah, just because I'm not talking negative about my own life doesn't mean that. Like, no, if you're talking negative about someone else and someone else's life, that's just going to come
right back.
Right
and
back
they
to
actually
you.
say that when in that Four Agreements book, there's a part where he specifically says that if you're able to allow somebody to speak their negative on you and you not receive it because you know it's not true, it bounces back tenfold on them, and now they stew in their own negativity.
And let me tell you, you are not.
I
worth
believe
it.
that.
You're not worth it for me.
No, absolutely not.
I'm just loving you. Like, we literally need to enter an era where we're like literally loving ourselves and thinking of ourselves.
Yes. And you know where I'm really trying to focus on this is in the car during road rage type incidents where before the younger Sarah would turn up. If we're at a green light and you're just sitting there, I'm like, wait. I'm not doing that now. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, press the gas, but I'm not turning up. And now when I see people like all excited if I'm not going fast enough or they want to go around me, whatever, now I'm like,
see ya. I still have to work on that.
I'm like, bye.
Still got to work on that, because I will.
But
a lot of things I'm working on.
Yes, but that's okay. But that's okay. But that's one of the areas where I know I've improved, because before I'd be like, what? You want to get out the car? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get out the car. You want to turn off? Like, let's go. But now I'm like,
But the thing is that takes so much energy out of it. That's why I always talk about this with my friends too. Like, I'm so tired of cussing people out.
yeah, it's a lot of energy. And it's draining. And I feel like it actually lingers longer. So you may have cussed them out, but then it drags into your day. Like, yo, I just cussed this person out, and it's like, for what?
So that is crazy you bring that up, right? Because I go through crap at work and stuff, and anywhere in life, where like last week I actually put that into practice. I didn't cuss someone out that, yo, bro, let me tell you. It took every bone, every hair in my body. If you know me, I'm hairy. It took everything in me not to cuss that person out. And I was just like, you know what? In my head, I redirected it, and I was like, maybe they're just going through something. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna ruin my day. I'm gonna keep laughing because there's nothing worse than when someone's miserable and you're laughing.
Absolutely, misery loves company.
And I'm just gonna laugh it out. I'm just gonna laugh, and I'm just gonna. And in the moment, I felt like a bitch. Like I felt like a punk. Like, wow, you just let her talk to you like that?
No.
And I'm like, yo, nope. Not. Yes, I did, devil. Yep, I sure did let her talk to me like that. And then it was over. Throughout the day, I was like, wow, I feel amazing.
Because feelings come and feelings go. Feelings come.
But when I cuss you out, I feel good in the moment, and then I feel terrible for the rest of the day. See, I'm the kind of person that,
you're remorseful.
bro, I can like, let's say you smack the fuck out of me, and I smacked you back, and I just beat your ass until like I was tired.
Yeah.
I will still feel bad for you. If
Yeah.
you talk to me like shit and I responded, I will still feel bad for you because I know that what comes out of my mouth or my hands is
It's
lethal.
powerful. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
'Cause
So
you're what's the topic called?
the power of the tongue.
The power of the tongue. Okay.
But I'm so like, my thing is that like me personally, I will disrespect your existence. Like when you think you could cuss me out, the things that's gonna come out my mouth that I'm gonna say back to you is even I know it's completely out of pocket. And so now I'm learning that about myself, that I don't just continue the little argument, pettiness back and forth. I go for the fucking jugular every time. And so then since I do that, I feel terrible because I just said something that I could be like, that's
That's the black magic.
why your dad died on some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
I get there. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm learning that that's not cool. And then that makes me feel like shit because I'm like, wow, why did I say? But I'm so heated in the moment that I just went off. And I just don't want to do, I don't.
But that shows your growth right now because now you're recognizing something about yourself, knowing that it's really not okay.
It's not.
It's okay to defend yourself and be able to have that conversation, but to also do it with like grace and ease and have that, even though you may not love this person, but use your words with love. You know what I mean? Like the words that come out of you, you can say what you need to say in a classy and elegant way without having to go below the belt.
or even be like, you know what?
It's not the right time.
I'm just gonna
Yes.
remove myself from the situation because I know myself.
Like, let's take a day or two and then talk. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's okay. That's okay.
That
That's
is okay.
healthy.
That
That is
is okay.
healthy. That is healthy to be like, okay, now's not a good time for us to talk. Like, let's wait a minute.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you could love the person that you're arguing with. And not even like an intimate love, like it could be your friend, whatever, and it's just like you're just not seeing eye to eye right now.
Right, and it's normal. I mean, if we're always, I say this to Sarah all the time. If we see eye to eye all the time, something ain't
Yeah,
right.
someone's lying.
Someone's lying. Someone's being fake. Something's happening that's just not.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real. Let me see if I have any more points. I just said that basically, like, you can kill someone with your words. Imagine if you were going through something and we got into you're going through something deeper
Yeah.
than anything, right? Which is why you're spewing evil.
And not intentionally either, because they're just
Right. But imagine that now you said something to me and I'm being the way that I am. I'd be like, you know what? I just say something to like throw you over the edge and now you go commit suicide.
Yeah.
Or not, like literally, like you can like kill someone with your words.
I just read something else where it said a mother came home from working all day, had a really bad day. She had a headache, right? She wasn't feeling good, whatever. And she came home and her daughter was dancing, singing at the top of her lungs. She was so happy. Her daughter was in her own world, like 5-6 years old, living her best life. Mm-hmm. And she, I guess, was singing too loud around the mother. And the mother turned around and looked at her, said, "Shut up. Your voice is ugly. I don't know why you think you should sing." Damn. And obviously the daughter broke down, started crying, whatever, and she never sang again. She said, "I never sang again. I automatically went into a shell. I was shy. I was no longer comfortable being myself in front of people because the person who loved me the most came and said something to me that was so powerful that I believed that to be true, even though her voice was absolutely beautiful." They said, like, the thing was, like, she had a beautiful singing voice. She was confident. She was everything. But because the person who loved her the most came and shot her down, that those words stuck so deep. A
Yeah.
young girl, and followed her throughout adulthood until she realized that what she said about me isn't true.
That happened to someone that I know that's very obviously close to me, that she used to dance as a little girl. All the time. And then the father freaking like hit her one day for dancing and never danced again.
You see? And it's
Never
sad.
again.
Like, you don't think about it, but it's like, those are the things that we have to be careful. And it's like, that scenario hit me so close to home, because it's like, I'm a mom. It's like,
Yeah.
there's days where I could be on my period, I don't feel good. And it's like, whoa, you need to take a step back. You know what I
And
mean?
it's okay to have those moments because you're human, and if you
Right.
spaz on your child, but you also need to learn how to be like, you know what?
Take accountability.
I messed up with my child. Let me go apologize and explain to him or her why I just responded this way and how that was not cool.
Right. Like, I was frustrated, or mommy was overwhelmed.
That was a
or-
lie. I didn't mean that.
That was
You
not
are-
true.
And then speak life.
Yes.
over you. You are the best singer. You
Yeah.
are the best dancer. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Don't let your mom or your dad's
Or
stuff-
anybody.
Right.
I
You have
agree.
to like taking accountability. Taking accountability is a whole different.
A whole
ballgame.
different episode that we definitely need to get into. And then, again, in all areas. But, wow.
So yes, people, speak life. If you're driving a hoop, be like, wow, I'm driving a Benz. You know what I'm saying? If you have a whack job, be like, wow, this job is just.
This job pays
Woo!
all my bills, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because honestly, you manifest things.
Yes.
It's that important. Like, you really can manifest a whole lifestyle if you speak on it
Mm-hmm.
every day, even if you don't see it. It's having faith.
And that's why I believe, just like you said, your eyes, or what'd you say? Your eyes are...
And your ears are your gates.
Are your gates.
Yep.
So if you create a vision board and you look at your vision board every single day, like, this is where I want to be. This is where I want this year to go. Those things happen.
They happen.
We've seen it for us. You've seen it individually. I've seen it individually. It's
Crazy.
like, wow, this is really powerful. We really manifested this. We manifested so much, especially with our podcast and
Yeah, I
everything
cannot
else.
believe we're here right now. Like, honestly, guys, now we can actually have conversations. This is obviously our first episode, so we're kind of like in the same routine as last time, where we just talk about the topic and go.
Yeah.
But we are gonna, like, in the second episode, we're gonna be more like, oh, so what happened with your life? So what happened with?
Yeah.
Because we actually ain't recording on phones anymore. We're recording on cameras that can record for as long as we need them to record.
Yes.
So
now we're
amen
good.
to that.
Amen to
we
that.
manifested those too.
Yes,
you
we did.
manifested a lot for us. I remember, like, we're not gonna disclose amounts, but she said by this thing we're gonna have this amount. I said,
Oh.
what?
She was like, huh?
Damn. I
For
said,
real?
all right.
Okay. And
But
now
look
look,
at-
here
yeah.
we are.
Yeah.
And some of you guys may have seen, just while we're talking about manifesting stuff, that we're also associated with iHeart.
Yes.
Which
You want
is
to kind of
huge.
explain to people what kind of, we're kind of still learning.
Yes,
what it
we're
is.
kind of still learning. So our podcast, as you guys know, was basically available on pretty much all platforms. We were on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, Amazon, bunch of platforms.
Right.
And now we are associated with iHeart. That's where our podcast is basically distributed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys listen to iHeart Radio, their podcast, you can definitely find us on there. It'll be
Absolutely. It's gonna be exciting.
it's so exciting. It's surreal. We're so excited to even be a part of this journey and really opening up the next level for us. It's just so crazy. But honestly, it's all thanks to you guys who are tuning in and listening
You
to
might
us.
see us in a city near you.
We're coming soon. We're going to be doing all the fun stuff. So
It
it's
is.
going to be
It's cool.
really, really good and just
Exciting.
different. Holy cow. We made it.
We're here.
Yeah, we did
One
it.
day we're gonna come out with a documentary on how we got here, because let me tell you, it's been a long road. But
was
yeah,
fun.
guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We cannot wait to see you on the second episode of season 3.
Let's go. Bye.